Things continue to get worse for Ukraine. They're now losing ground in Kursk. After the Russians continued to occupy eastern Ukraine, the Ukrainians decided to move into Russian territory. The issue is here that, well, they're not going to be able to hold on to that clearly. I mean, that's a given. Whether there's a peace deal or not, they are definitely going to be leaving this region. But this is very important to remember because we don't have peace talks yet. But when we do, this will be a bargaining chip. Unless, of course, they lose all this before the peace talks even begin. Look how close the Russian territory that's currently occupied by Ukraine is to this Kursk nuclear power plant. That's got to be a little threatening. I mean, the Ukrainians were going to inevitably lose this probably no matter what, but it will just continue to get worse and worse the longer time goes on. Like, the Russians have their war machine. It's at full throttle at this point. It's like a couple years after Operation Barbarossa during World War II when the Germans invaded. It takes the Russians a little bit to get going, but once they get going, can't stop them. This war is Vietnam if the USSR randomly asked the North Vietnamese for half their resources and stopped providing support. Shocked Pikachu face. Russians advance in Russia. It's taken since August 2024 for Russia to regain this land, and they needed tens of thousands of North Korean soldiers to do it. Yeah, it sucks, but it's not as good as it looks for Russia. That's something I've been saying. I do want this whole thing to come to an end, and if it does right now, it's gonna be really interesting to see how history remembers it.